During World Youth Day in Lisbon, Catholics and Evangelical Christians gathered for an event called The Change. Among the guests were a well-known actor and a musician. EWTN Vatican Bureau Chief Andreas Thonhauser has more.
Many pilgrims of the World Youth Day, but also other peoples from other denominations came here to the stadium to witness an event called The Change. And with me is Maher and Jonathan Roumie. Can you tell us a little bit more what kind of change we're talking about here?
I think the first thing is reflecting on the change that happens in the life of every believer when we meet the Lord. You know, as Catholics, every time we participate in the sacramental life of the church, there's a little transformation that's happening, right? Grace on grace, our lives slowly improving, being formed in the image of Christ. But then I think there's also another change that a lot of people here all felt compelled to sort of make a stand for, which is the change that happens when Christians, despite, hundreds of years of separation and division, that's, torn families apart, torn communities apart, wars have been fought over it, could somehow stand together and agree on a prayer that Jesus himself prayed in John 17, that his followers would be as close to each other as he is with his own Father.
I think the fact that there is this concerted effort towards unity in the body of Christ that is blessed, so to speak, by the Pope himself.
And everyone on that stage tonight loves that Jonathan's Catholic and loves that I'm Catholic. They wouldn't want us to be anything different. And it represents, that's what I'm saying, like it represents kind of a radical shift, I think, in what a lot of people have thought of maybe when they think of ecumenism. And Bishop Barron talks about ecumenism 2.0, which is sort of like, I think it's rooted in friendship and relationship, and then it's robust dialogue. But when you're doing something together, it creates a foundation and a friendship.
That was also today very interesting. It's not about giving things up about your faith or the particular denomination, but really finding what unites us.
100%. Yeah. And I think when we do that, it creates common ground. And then the real dialogue, because there are real theological differences. You can't pretend they don't exist. But you're not going to solve them in an arena with 65,000 young people.
Art reaches into the heart and the emotions and the soul, and then so people, once you start getting there, once you start doing that, then everything else opens up. The heart has to open up before the mind.
I think it carries on the legacy of John Paul the Great and Pope Benedict and what their vision of the promise of what World Youth Day could be. John Paul II started World Youth Day because he knew the youth are not the church of tomorrow, they are the church of today. And we need their energy and vitality.
What do you hope that the young people who came here to this event will take with them?
Renewed zeal to dialogue with people that, may not believe exactly what they do, but to hold fast to, especially as a Catholic, to hold fast to the things that you abide by, the sacramental life, and to be, I think, witnesses as to why we believe what we believe, to be able to share that in love with people, to draw people into it.